So I was talking to this gym owner, and then she was like running ads. She was getting a ton of leads. Like, I mean, not a ton, but like 200 per month. She was running a 6 week challenge, and we're like, oh yeah, we're just chatting, whatever. And I asked her, well, what's your show up rate of the 200 leads? And she said like 5 to 7%. So, which is not horrible, but it's not ideal. And she was like, well, how can I increase it? And she was like, and she was like, well, I really need this guy and I really need this to figure out these guys. And I was like, well, but before that, I know you already have a follow-up system. I know you already have automation. So let me go through the automations first, because I really need to understand what's going on. Because if your automations are put this the right way, maybe there's a bigger problem. That could be offer, that could be ICP, maybe the location of the gym, who knows. But then we went through the automations, which the copywriting was alright. We identified one thing. She only followed up for 2 days. I mean, she was calling them right away. Right away. Everybody says that, nobody does it. But let's say she was calling them right away when they opt in. And yeah, after that she dropped a message. And she dropped another message the next day, and that's it. And the messages were good, but then it was like, how can you actually increase the show up rate in a way that makes sense? And well, I will put together a little document actually, because this has been a recurrent problem between gym owners. There are 4 pillars to actually increase the show up rate. And the first one is availability. Make sure to actually make it easier for the user, to not make it easy for you. So if that means actually be 24/7 for your leads available, that's right. You gotta do what you gotta do. Another one is, well, this one was pretty simple. It still goes to availabilities. People usually, for whatever reason, they only take meetings or appointments like every 30 minutes. So sometimes you propose 9:30 or 10, for example. Maybe the lead cannot make it. So make sure to also take 9:45, for example, or 11:15. It's a pretty easy one. Well, and then that's the first pillar, which is availability. Once you figure that one out, then probably should go to personalization, which is pretty much taking in account the lead's problem and make it about them and not make it about you. And you gotta understand that even if you got a nice offer, the offer is just a bridge or a vehicle to actually achieve their goal, correct? So even if you get a fantastic offer, which is often you get them to opt in with the offer, it's not about the offer. It's not about their offer. It's about their problems and how the offer is gonna help them to achieve the results, to find a solution to that problem. And to my experience, because this is what we do, like I want to be clear, we don't do much. We don't do much. With that, we are a startup who work with gyms. However, we nail down with one problem, which is the follow-up that happens after someone opts in. Because if you think about it, what gym owners are doing right now, they're basically buying a lemon and they're forgetting to squeeze it. Think about it. They're getting hundreds of leads. Gym owners get hundreds of leads. Then you ask about the show up rates, and there's usually 5, 10%, maybe 15%. But that's pretty fucking bad. So if you think about it, buying a lemon and forgetting to squeeze it. So what we do pretty much to just keep it simple is we just make sure that once you buy the lemon, you got the leads, we make sure to get all the juice out. Because honestly, what gym owners are doing right now, they're pretty much buying the lemon and they're just throwing it out of the window. What we're gonna do is we're gonna buy the lemon and we're gonna squeeze every bit of juice out of it. Hell, we even use the peel if we have to. But yeah, so pillar 1, we got availability. Pillar 2 is personalization. It's make it about them, about their problems. Your offer can be cool, your offer can be phenomenal, but the offer is still a path so you can achieve the results. I'm gonna write them pretty quick over here. So we got number 1, availability. Number 2 is personalization. And of course, when I say personalization, that includes always using the lead's name. That includes having a pretty good lead memory on your CRM. So once you reach out one time and you had a conversation, when you'll reach out a week later maybe, you're gonna take into account what happened before. You're gonna take into account all that personalization, all that beauty, all those pain points, and you actually gonna tailor your script or your sales, whatever you want to do, tailor to those pain points. So make sure to listen to your leads. Number 3 is volume. And when I see volume, I'm gonna change this marker. When I see volume, people usually give up after 1-2 follow-ups. People, when they opt in to your offer through running ads or organic, doesn't really matter, they're allowing them. So you contact them. And you're only gonna contact 1-2 times to a lead who raised their hand and were like, oh, I want that. That sounds pretty good, contact me. Because that's pretty much what they're doing. They're getting a check to the message. It says, I allow to getting messages or calls or emails if you email. Volume doesn't become a thing of, oh, I don't want to be annoying or I don't have time. Volume has to be a thing. Has to be a thing. And this one's probably the easiest one to get higher. And you do that by being more aggressive. You do at least 15 touches. At least. And you want to do it for around 15 days. And once, well, let's say 10 to 15 days. And also make sure to provide value. And I know when people say like, well, what is providing value? I know it's tough, but it could be a lead magnet with. That's why it's so important to nail down the ICP, because if you nail down the ICP, you have a clear idea of their problems. You have a clear idea what's going on with that lead. So once you understand those problems, you can nail down pretty good solutions, pretty good lead magnets, and just throw them in the follow-up. And then we're like, what the heck? How these guys know all this? Well, because you're pretty much my ICP, and you pretty much opted in. So I'm gonna send you all that beauty for free. And once people receive that information, they wanna know, they want more. So then, once you actually provide a pretty good value, of course you're gonna be calling them, you're gonna be sending SMS, emails, and then once you get them in a call, you'll be like, hey, I saw you open, blah 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 blah. And so most likely, if you use that resource we sent you, which is going to be pretty much do it yourself, it's going to take you X amount of time, and most likely you're going to have up and downs. Well, what if we can do it in a fraction of that time, and we'll ensure actually that you get from X to Y in X amount of time, and if you do not achieve it, we'll give you 100% money guarantee back. Well, I just got into sales, but my point is you got to increase the volume. And the easiest way, if you guys want to put a quick automation, I'm going to list down a pretty quick document for you guys. I put it in a blog too, so you guys can go skim it. But however, pretty quick, so you guys do this right now, is checklist. People opt in, you double dial right away. Not in the first 10 minutes, not the right first minute, double dial. If they don't pick up, you drop a voicemail. 2 minutes after, you drop a message. Maybe you wait 2-3 hours, doesn't matter, you double dial again. No pickup, you drop a message 2 minutes after. Then you wait a few more minutes, wait a few more hours, and then you drop a final message at the end of the day. And then you go to the second date. You dial in the morning, no response, you drop a message, and then you dial again in the afternoon. And then you repeat that for the next 5 days. And then you go down more with SMS. The most important thing with SMS is that it has ridiculously open rates. However, people get disengaged pretty easily. And yeah, so you want to get them in the call, because closing people through only SMS is going to be tough. So if someone replies, try to, if they reply, you call them right away. Okay, and finally, we got speed. What I mean by speed, again, they opt in, you call them right away. They reply, you reply right away. I'm saying the fastest you can be, the better. Like, I want to be really clear about this, especially for people who actually are calling to your gym. And for example, you are dropping a message because you couldn't pick up the phone. That lead is gonna call another gym, and he's gonna join another gym because you weren't fast enough to actually pick up the phone or actually follow up with them with SMS. So I want to be clear: the faster you can be a business, the faster you can reply to people, the faster you can engage with the lead, the most likely that lead is gonna actually convert and book an appointment with you and actually show up. So those are pretty much the 4 pillars I would say. Number 1, again, recap, availability, personalization, volume, speed. If you do those 4, I guarantee you're gonna see an increase of show-up rates, an increase of appointment books. So if you guys need help, again, we put together a little document for you guys. It's pretty much what we do for other businesses. However, I know you guys are gonna do it with automations. And the way to increase show-up rates ridiculously from like 20% up to 25%, for example, is not anymore with workflows, because workflows, they feel like workflows. Even if you have the best copywriting, like you can have some chatbots over there, but chatbots, they feel now. They're still not like super smart. So the way to achieve really good show-up rates is having an army of AI agents who are specialized on different tasks. One, psychology, another one, sales, another one on your offer, another one on your business, another one, marketing. So once you do that, all of them work together to put together a beautiful follow-up sequence that takes into account all the pain points, all the lead memory, and all the personalization, and that's it in a matter of seconds. So if you guys want to go check it out, we put together a little free consultation on the description, so you can book a meeting with us. We can just put a call, just address your problems, see if you guys are a good fit. If it is, awesome. If not, no big deal. We're gonna send you a few resources to help you with the problem. And also, we'll put together a beautiful checklist so you guys can increase the show-up rate out of the people who are already opted in to the ads. So yeah, I mean, that was fun. I like it.